Hey, what's going on, guys? Shane here.
Here's the anomaly.
Today we're going to be talking about how to stop getting leg kicked. I was just up at CSA Gym over the weekend and I trained with Gaston Bolaños. I sparred with him a bunch of times and I always leave limping. But I did pretty good this time and I want to share with you some of the strategies that I used to make sure that I kept this leg intact. Let's take a look. Okay, before we talk about actual techniques, the number one suggestion is being able to recognize different cues that a leg kick is coming before it's actually being thrown. So if Vince were to throw a leg kick in slow motion, let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, beautiful. So if you caught it, you gotta rewind it, watch it in slow-mo, you can do that in the video player. This is what we're gonna see. I'm gonna see that Vince takes a cheat step with this leg. Before he even does that, he's gonna do some sort of shuffle where he drops his hand, the opposite hand reaches across. So if I can recognize that that's coming first, and he's not someone that feints a lot, then it's probably going to be a low kick. So I see that coming, he does that, I know to put the weight on my back leg, to lift the lead leg up and check that kick that's coming in. It's not waiting until his shin is right here and then I'm like, oh, that's a low kick, I should probably get my leg up, and it's too late, okay? So being able to recognize those cues, having a high fight IQ is going to increase your chances of blocking or defending against an attack. This is the case for anything. This is for the low kick, but this is going to be for the jab. It's going to be for the cross, any type of punch, any type of takedown. So keep that in mind. Number two now is making sure that you are keeping this lead leg light. What a lot of leg kickers like to do is bait you in and defend against the jab with a low kick. So I'm going to step in with the jab, and when I do, I have pressure on this lead foot. Boom, Vince just parries the jab, defends his face, and then attacks what's heavy and hard for me to lift is my lead leg. So again, I step in, and a lot of people turn the toes inward to get more power on the jab. That's something you can stand up and try right now. Keeping the toes facing forward in jab or facing the toes inward in jab. And you're gonna feel like you have a lot more power in your shot when you face your toes inward, but it's a lot more susceptible to that low kick. So what you have to do is keep the weight on this rear foot here, and I don't have to commit fully to when I throw this jab. I can throw more of an arm punch. I can feel them out. Boom. One more time, I wasn't ready for that one. But here, now I have my leg is light. I can lift this leg up at any time. I can do it while I'm jabbing. I can do it immediately after. But either way, I'm going to be able to lift that leg up and check that kick. If you don't want any contact, you don't have conditioned shins, what you can do is evade and take the target away completely. So Vince, we're talking about range here, is aiming to hit with the bottom half of his shin about 2 inches above my knee. So let's just demonstrate what that looks like here. Boom. So if I take the target away, if I step back, either pulling both legs out, sliding out, or I can take this step, this lead leg back. So when he throws that kick, boom, just kind of square my stance off a little bit. This way I'm staying in the fight. I can come right back in and land my shot. So the first one, I'm kind of getting out of the fight, right? So he throws that kick, boom. I may be able to spring back in quick enough and get that, depending if you have a good blitz, a good side stance. Or if I want to stay in the fight, I just take this lead leg back. If there's that kick, boom, I'm right in here, countering with my punches, maybe finishing with a low kick of my own. And then the fourth way is, range isn't just one direction. I can also go that way. I can crowd him, right? So if he throws that kick, he's still aiming for the same thing. If I step forward, he's no longer hitting me with the dangerous part of his leg, right? It's like hitting with a baseball bat with his hands. That's not going to hurt me nearly as much as the tip of the bat. So I don't want to get hit with the tip of the bat, so I'm going to crowd in. What I can do is squat down onto this leg, lunge, I can catch that leg if I know it's a leg kick, and I can power through with the right hand. So he throws that, I go here, boom, and I step in, I go to the face. Very often that we see this defense and people usually just go right to the back because they're on that one leg. So protecting our leg by bracing for it, squatting down, again, it's much better than if the knee is turned inward. So brace for that kick, bend the knee, you can scoop and grab, and you can power through and throw the right hand. If you don't know, leg kicks do finish fights, and if you take too many leg kicks unanswered, or if you don't defend against them, your leg's going to shut down, you're not going to be able to stand, you're not going to be able to have any power on your shots, So you got to make sure that you're defending them correctly. Here are a couple ways of doing that, so make sure that you're practicing them in your training with a partner and get good at defending those leg kicks. Until next time, be sure to follow Vince Anomaly, links in the description below for his Instagram, and subscribe to Fight Tips to get those fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane.
Vince Anomaly.
Fight Tips for the underdogs.